You know how y'all like to always talk about what you are owed and reparations and what the country needs to do to make up for the hundreds of years that we were enslaved as black people. That loves to be that's often a talking point among the black community, right? And the thing that I always point to and bring up is the fact that, well, you're not where you are today because of the government hasn't given you anything, right? Because that's the excuse that's being made. Is that, we're where we are as a community because the government kept their foot on our necks and they enslaved us for hundreds of years. And so we just at the bottom of the barrel and we've been forced to be crabs in a barrel and have the crab bucket mentality. That's where we at, and that's why we can't thrive. That's why we can't be successful. That's why we can't learn to be the best possible versions of ourselves. It's because we've been so mistreated over the past in the past to where it's tainted our minds and we just can't get right. Well, while you are arguing and advocating for reparations, let me show you what your young people are doing, the people that y'all raised, the people that the black community raised. Let me show y'all what y'all are busy doing while you all, okay, let me show you what your children are doing while you all are busy arguing about reparations online and in social media. Let's watch. So while you all are arguing and talking about reparations and what you think you deserve, your children, the little motherfuckers that you raised, right? The little insolent human beings that you raised, these little spawns of debauchery, they're out here robbing the mailman. Y'all want to know why the mailman, why they all deserve a raise? Y'all wanted to know why they should be paid 20 to 30% more than whatever it was that they were making before? This is why. Because they're exposed. And they're exposed to your kids. They're exposed out here. They're out here walking the streets, walking in your neighborhoods, trying to deliver a service and provide a service for the community. And what's happening? Your kids are running up on them and robbing them. This man looked like he's been doing this job for quite some time. Minding his own business, just trying to complete his route. And here y'all come. Here come Ray Ray and Pookie. The same motherfuckers that if you put on a t-shirt because you shot them dead in the streets, y'all will be advocating that something needs to be done about it. The same ones that if you put on a t-shirt today, right, y'all will be crying to the media, to the attorney general, to the state legislators, to your community business leaders. Y'all will be crying at the polls and all of that about how something needs to be done and how it wasn't that serious. He should have just let them take the mail. He should have just let them go. It wasn't that serious, right? Disregard the feelings. Disregard the emotional impact. Disregard however this man has to feel for the rest of his life going to work every day. He got to worry about Pookie and Ray Ray robbing him. Disregard all of that just because it's not that serious. It's not that serious. If you would have shot him dead, it's not that serious. You shouldn't have did it. Now, if it had been me walking that route, or if it had been somebody else that was prepared, that got something on them walking that route, and they ran up and got blazed, then what? Now y'all mad. Oh, now y'all mad. Now y'all need to talk to somebody. Oh, now y'all want to talk to the police chief. Oh, now y'all want to talk about how the community needs to come together. Now y'all want to talk about how the community needs to be better and how we need to produce positive citizens in our community and how we need to organize watch parties and how we need to get together the officials, these places that we live in and the community is a better space for young people. Now y'all want to talk about that, right? Of course. It's only when it hits your doorstep do y'all want to address it. Only when it hits your doorstep. Only when it impacts y'all do y'all ever want to do something about it. Meanwhile, your kids, the ones that you raised and did a poor job of stewarding over, they're out here running wild and running rampant. They're out here taking advantage of the working class. They're out here robbing the working class. The people who actually got up and decided, you know what, I should probably just go ahead and go to work and just enjoy my life and make the best of it. Man trying to walk his route. Go home at the end of the day. Probably don't bother nobody. And here come your goofy ass, lazy ass kids robbing him. But something need to be done, right? Only when it hits your doorstep. Only when it hits your doorstep. I think that all mailmen and drivers, delivery drivers, should be able to have some on them. I think they should all be allowed to carry. So that when we have these people that run up on them and they get put down, it'll send a message to everybody else. Run up at your leisure. Run up on me at your leisure. When we start putting these little kids on t-shirts, when we start putting these young boys on t-shirts that's running around, they ain't doing nothing with their life all day. Every day they get up, they wake and they bake, they smoking weed, listening to rap music, and then they get out in the streets and act like total clowns, don't provide nothing for the community. They don't bring nothing positive for the community. They don't contribute anything to the community. They just wake up, smoke weed every day, spend a couple of dollars on a rap studio session because they think they about to make it. Walk around toting their guns and running their mouth. Every single day. How much y'all want to bet that wasn't even a car, that wasn't even their car that they was riding in? I know it wasn't their car. It wasn't. Two of them got out, one stayed in. It was a driver. None of them own that car. You know how I know that? Because they're robbing the mailman. They ain't got no money. They can't afford no car note. That ain't their car. They use somebody else's car. Yeah, that's right. Lil John and Man and Ray and Pookie, they borrowing your cars to go out here and be a menace to society. And y'all are so poisoned, mentally poisoned, that you got it in your mind that you can't turn them in because that's snitching. That's against the code. What code? Your community is in shambles. Your lifestyle is a wreck. But you want to talk about a code? You ain't have a code when you went out there and robbed the mailman. There wasn't no code then. It wasn't no code when you decided to wake up and be a menace to your society and to your community. But we can't tell on Pookie and Ray, don't do that. That's snitch. That's wrong. Right? Let's read some of the comments. Whew. Says mailmen and truck drivers should be allowed to carry weapons, concealed or not, to protect themselves. So sad. I agree. Absolutely. It's about three of y'all. What did y'all really get from a mailman that y'all can split three ways? Nothing. Don't matter. They'll take anything because they bums. These are fucking bums in this car right here. All three, they bums. They don't have no job. They don't have no money. They'll take anything. Somebody else said it be your own. They need to start sending these types of people to real war zones. Jail not cutting it at all. Yeah, it be your own. It be your own. It be your own people robbing your community. It be your own people stealing from you. It be your own people fucking up the community and the communal spaces. It be your own people vandalizing parks in the kid areas where kids ain't got nowhere to go or play safely because you and your ignorant ass kids is there and they done fucked up everything that's over there. Yeah, it be your own. Yeah, it be your own. And then at the end of the day, y'all are blaming the white man for it. It's the white man's fault that the community is fucked up. It's the white man's fault that the community can't come together. It's the white man's fault that the community is in shambles and chaos. And it's dirty and it's trash everywhere. And we can't get nothing together. We can't organize nothing and come together because the white man been keeping his foot on our necks. Y'all the same ones. Crying in the comments, crying in media, crying online. You ain't doing nothing for real. That's the only place you can cry. Because you ain't making no real change. You ain't out here doing nothing actively. You damn sure ain't raising your kids. The streets raising them. And you out here crying, talking about what the white man done did. What the hell that got to do with the price of tea in China? That got to do with your kids waking up, baking, and then going out here and robbing the mailman. That's the white man's fault? It's no wonder y'all motherfuckers can't get nowhere. It's no wonder y'all motherfuckers still stuck in the same place you was in 5, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You go back to your neighborhood, I guarantee you're going to see somebody that you used to know from school, that you went to school with. They still there, still stuck in the same spot. Niggas ain't progressed none. Talking about what the white man done did. You niggas is pathetic.